The assessment process or journey begins when we get a referral for a new person who is seeking accommodation at the YMCA London City and North, which is here in Landgate House. We have one in Crouch End and one at Monocourt in Hackney. So we are in 3 neighboring boroughs. So we would get the referral in, we would check the referral to ensure that they meet our standard criteria, which means that they must be eligible for government support. We're in partnership with the local authority, so they pay most of that sort of fee for any successful referrals that came in. The referral process begins with checking the new referrals to make sure everything is on point, after which the void or the accommodation that is set aside for that new referral is thoroughly inspected to ensure that it complies with housing legislation requirement, also our internal standard of delivery. And also once I'm satisfied that that is done, then I will send out an official invitation to the client to join us for a formal assessment. Now, the formal assessment has 2 segments. It's a general information gathering, so we would need to know where did you go to school, for example. So we are assessing your ability and possibly competence in certain areas, so we can signpost you to the areas that you might best be supported. Then there is the risk assessment, which is attached to behavior and any risk factors that might be attached to the person who is coming in, because we have to balance those who are coming in with those who are already existing as our residents to make sure that there is no discord. Once the invitation is sent out and the voids are checked and clear for accommodation, then I take them around to show them their room that is designed for that process. It's about 45 to an hour in terms of the length of the assessment process. The potential resident would be made comfortable because we have a number of our referrals who are coming out of very traumatic situations. So our environment is really trauma-informed. I ensure that from the get-go that they are in that frame of mind that they are going to be settled, at least for the time that they're here throughout their journey. Once the questions are asked and they're answered appropriately and in accordance to our expectation, then our system will tell us that this person has been successful by showing us a green light, after which we invite them to do the signing of the relevant documents. So for example, their license agreement and support agreement and all relevant documentation that is required for them to sign. I will introduce them to the referral pathway officers, working with them on a day-to-day basis to cater to their needs whilst they're here at the YMCA. Once that is done, they get an orientation of all the facilities, the general communal area, the laundry. Once their assessment is done, in that sense, the keys will be handed over to them. They would, of course, be paying their initial service charge, which is nothing much in comparison to what the government is subsidizing on their behalf. So they will pay that initial service charge. They sometimes pay it, or their agency, because some of them don't have the resources to do that. So the agency would normally pay for them. We also have a welcome pack, which consists of all the essentials as a gesture, because some of them are literally coming off the street into our service. So it's a starter pack. We have a card also that expresses our wish for them to succeed whilst they're here on their journey at the YMCA. And they're in the hands of a very competent, well-trained housing option team, and the pathway team that will lead them through the journey until they're ready to leave our service. So basically, in a nutshell, that is the referral process. Our aim is to ensure that we empower those who have fallen on hard time or those who are fleeing areas of conflict. Our wish is that they will get back to that place of wholeness where they can manage. And so my role is to empower them, and our ethos here at the YMCA is to ensure that all our residents are living fulfilled lives. So we want to ensure that we promote their life chances. Everyone at YMCA belongs, contributes, and thrive for the rest of their journey in their own personal pursuit. We wish for them all the very best.